What is up, guys? This is Pat with some League play, and unfortunately this is a theater mode match, which kind of sucks. And I have one more theater mode match after this. I'll try to get something to post in between it so it's not just like theater mode after theater mode. That's what I did for last time. I got another gameplay in between the other one I had. But yeah, that might be a little confusing, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Because this was during the time when my computer was overheating, so when I got this gameplay, my program wasn't up because the computer overheated, and I'm not going to stop playing to turn up the program because then that's just going to ruin the gameplay. I can't take that much time to do that kind of stuff. So I just had to turn my computer back on because basically my power through the capture card comes from the computer. It's kind of hard to explain how this capture card works. It's the Elgato, but that's what's been going on. So this is another theater mode game, and I dropped a 60 bomb, so I had to save it because I did pretty well. And I'm using the PDW this time, which really isn't my normal choice of SMG. I usually use the MSMC because I feel like it's the most consistent, just because it takes the least amount of bullets to kill, it seems like, from most ranges. So it seems the most consistent at every distance. That's just my opinion with the MSMC. I feel like you can do some real work with it, but that doesn't mean the PDW is bad. If you feel like you're going to be doing a lot of spraying, and especially in hardpoint, that's a possibility. PDW is definitely not bad because you get 50 bullets and it's really worth it. And I was checking to see if there's anyone else over there, and I didn't really get a good look at the anchor check, so I just threw a EMP just to be careful about this. And one thing I want to talk about, because I'm actually not going to be talking much about the gameplay today. I'm going to be talking about some changes with the hardpoint, and also some like basically news with pro players and stuff like that. And it's not like completely new, but there's just stuff to talk about because a lot of you guys might not be familiar with this stuff, because you know pro players don't post a whole lot of YouTube videos, so it's not easy to find out the news about like what's going on with them. And as well, you know, you have to catch it on stream in order to hear these people and like what happened and stuff like that sometimes. So I happen to catch a couple things, or I know a couple things. Nothing really that crazy, actually, to be honest. Just gonna talk about it briefly. But first, the changes with the hardpoint is that the spawns have been completely changed. Or not completely changed. They just made it a lot more easy for people to spawn behind you. And for example, now what's going on is there's not really a set way to be anchoring anymore, but now it basically takes 2 anchors to anchor down a spawn. This was pre-patch, I believe, so I didn't really have to deal with this at this time in the game. But now, basically, you have to have a guy by laundry, which is behind me, and a guy by his fountain. I mean, that's as of now, and I'm not even positive how most teams are going to be running these anchor positions now, because I don't think a lot of teams are going to be really I don't think they're too worried about it, because I'm pretty sure Treyarch's going to be fixing it back to the old spawns, because everyone agrees that these spawns are nuts. You can't have to have 2 anchors in order to anchor down spawn. That's just kind of ridiculous. Like, it makes the game really dull. You have 2 guys in the back doing nothing. So I'm pretty sure they're going to go back to the ways they are, but as of now, spawns are a little bit messed up, and if you got a guy just at that fountain anchoring down the spawn that you normally would, eventually one of their guys would spawn in the laundry room, even though that you have a guy anchoring on the fountain. So that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with right now, and they wanted to make, I guess, it easier to break hills, but I mean, once you do that, like, the strategy just kind of becomes ridiculous, because there needs to be a strategy for competitive gameplay. So the strategy just becomes really kind of stupid, and it makes the game really not fun. So, you know, like at UMG St. Louis, which was the most recent LAN tournament, a big tournament that, of course, Furico won. Furico wins pretty much everything. Or they have been winning about everything. It's, lately they won everything. That's for sure. They are a really beast team. I don't think anyone can take them right now. The only competitors... Oh, hold on, before I get into that, all I was going to say about UMG St. Louis is that they use the pre-patch spawns. They didn't update the new spawns, or they update the game, because that would just be... It really would ruin the competitive play, especially when the spawns were changed so, like... it was like right before UMG St. Louis, so it was like completely changed, and it was right before the tournament, so they weren't going to do that. They were just going to keep spawns the way they are. But anyways, as I was saying, or I was about to say, Furico Impact is actually, hold on, they're not even called Furico anymore. They're not part of Furico. They're now just Impact, because they're expecting essentially to be picked up by EG, And I don't know a lot about EG, but I've heard talk about it. And they basically go after the big MLG teams that win a lot. And Furico's been winning everything. So basically, everyone's expecting Furico to get sponsored by, or sorry, Impact to get sponsored by EG. So I don't know if they'll be called EG Impact or if they'll just be called EG. But as of now, they're just Impact. They're not Furico anymore. That is the past, because they don't really need that sponsor anymore, essentially. They could probably get something better. And I think that's what's going on here, is they're trying to get a better sponsor. And they can definitely do it. They're definitely gonna get EG or whatever. That's what everyone's saying. And the one team that has the chance to take them down, besides Envious, because Envy's gotten close a couple times, sort of close, but I mean, there's just something about them that doesn't really have the right remedy to take down Furico, in my opinion. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, Furico's just so strong. I mean, if you saw the UMG St. Louis tournament, they just completely clutched. I think it was like a 1v3 S&D, and Karma was the last guy alive. He just destroys all three of them, and unfortunately, Proofy got stuck on this some object in the game. You know, he got stuck on something. He's trying to get around a corner to get away because he was on defense. Karma takes him out. And Karma's a guy that I've been watching for a while. Not a while, but like towards the beginning of Black Ops 2. So it's definitely not a while, but before his name got like huge for this season, I was watching him, and it's just been really cool to see him become extremely good. I mean, I noticed he was pretty good when I was watching him, so I've been watching him as much as I can. He doesn't really post a lot of stuff. You can't really find him on YouTube, I don't think. And he really has only streamed a couple times. And the week that he was streaming, like a long time ago, I was watching him. And he's just an absolute beast now. He might be, some consider him to be the best in the game right now. I mean, that's debatable who's going to be the best in the game for this season. Like, who's the best Black Ops 2 player. I mean, we'll see. I think there might be some vote or something. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And that's going to be really interesting. But the one team, I keep getting sidetracked and whatnot. But that one other team besides Envious, as I was saying like a minute ago, to take on Furico, or sorry, Impact, is going to be Complexity. Because as you guys know, or may not know, Clayster from Unite, he was briefly on Unite, he went to Complexity because Complexity dropped too quick. So, or essentially like too quick left, but if he didn't leave, people thought that they were going to kick him. And they got Clayster to replace as their anchor. And they're going to be huge now. They're going to be a really, really strong LAN team. So it's going to be really interesting. I think they're the team that's going to be the team to beat Impact, or EG Impact, or whatever they're going to be called. Complexity is going to be the one team that can do it, and I cannot wait to see what happens. That's why whenever Clayster's been streaming, or just anyone from Complexity, usually either TP or Clayster, I've been checking it out because I really want to see how this team develops. Because obviously, they still have to work on chemistry, but if they can get their stuff down, they're going to be the team that beats Impact, and I want to see Impact lose. I'm not saying I don't like them, because I like Karma. Parasite's, of course, kind of cocky. I like Miracles and Killa. They're all great. But I would like to see someone, you know, bring something to the table, try to beat them, you know, take them out. It'd be really cool. So we're going to see what happens there. And if you're wondering where Too Quick has gone, if you are interested in that, Too Quick has gone to a team with 2 players from BBV. I don't know what happened to BBV exactly, but they're not together anymore because Complex, their leader, I think he's their captain, oh, that was a nasty 3-piece earlier though, just like a little bit ago, if you guys noticed that. But Complex went to Quantic. Too Quick is now on Evil with 2 of the BBV players, Replays and Realize, and Fear John is also with this new team Evil. It's like basically 4 guys that like their team got disbanded or like they left. Because John left Fear, and now Fear has Pac-Man JT. He's like an old player. I don't really know much about him at all. And Dito, which is a pretty good player. He's a pretty good LAN player. I'm pretty sure he's English. It sounds like he is, his voice. But yeah, that's all I really want to talk about. This gameplay is getting pretty close to an end here, and I go like 62 and something. I don't know. You guys will see. I do die quite a bit. It is league play, but yeah, if you guys like this, please leave it a like, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the talk and the commentary. If you want to see more content from me, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Patrick, I'm out.